Welcome back to the town of Tocoria. My name is Chrissy, and I'm so excited you're here to join me today. Let's see what fun topic Zevo has for us to learn about on this beautiful day. Lifeguards! Lifeguards are special helpers who help us have fun and stay safe in the water. Let's start by bringing up today's schedule to see where our journey will take us today. First, we're going to go to the learning lab. Second, we're going to go to the beach. Third, we're going to go to the library. And fourth, we're going to come back home. I can't wait to learn more about these important swimmers. Let's dive into the learning lab. Toko, take off. We made it to the learning lab. Lifeguards are special helpers at the pool or beach who make sure everyone stays safe while they swim. They sit in high chairs to see everyone in the water and watch out for trouble. Lifeguards keep their eyes on the water at all times to make sure everyone is okay. If someone is having a hard time swimming, lifeguards jump in to help them. They go through special training to learn how to save lives and keep everyone safe. Lifeguards use whistles to get our attention and remind us to follow safety rules. They remind everyone to follow rules like no running by the pool and to always swim with a buddy. Lifeguards are very good at swimming. They practice a lot to stay strong and fast. They know how to help people who get hurt or feel sick. They wear bright colors like red so we can see them easily. Lifeguards have special tools like rescue tubes or boards to help them save people in the water. So, what can we do to help lifeguards? Number 1, we can follow the rules. Always listen to lifeguards and follow the pool or beach rules. Number 2, we can stay close. Stay near a grown-up and don't swim alone. Number 3, we can pay attention. When a lifeguard blows their whistle, stop and listen to what they say. Lifeguards are everyday heroes who work to keep swimmers safe and help when we need them. Remember, lifeguards are there to help us, so be kind and listen to them. We learned so much about lifeguards that I think it's time to head to the beach to see if we can find any. But first, let's bring up today's schedule and give a thumbs up to the Learning Lab. We're off to the beach. Toko, take off. What a beautiful day at the beach. Beaches and pools are great places to search for lifeguards. Let's answer a few different questions about lifeguards before we begin our search for them. Which outfit would a lifeguard wear? The red and white one. Which 2 items would the lifeguard use? The whistle and the buoy. What would a lifeguard use to protect their skin from the sun? Definitely not the ketchup. the lifeguard would use sunscreen. What chair would a lifeguard sit in to see everyone in the water? A tall chair like this one. Now that we're lifeguard experts, we can begin our search for them on the beach. Let's take a look at this crowded beach. Can you spot any lifeguards? Here's one. Here's another one. There's one over here too. How many lifeguards are at the beach today? 1, 2, 3. I had so much fun with you on our beach adventure. I think it's time to cool off at the library. First, let's bring up today's schedule and give a thumbs up to the beach. Great! Let's see what book is in store for us today. Toko, take off. It's so nice to relax after a day at the beach. Today's story is about a boy named Sammy who runs into some trouble at the beach. Let's dive into the story.
The title of the book is Sammy's Beach Rescue. I can't wait, Sammy cried as he helped his family pack the car. I'm going to swim in the sea. I've been practicing in the swimming pool. You have, Mum agreed, smiling. We'll have a lovely holiday. I'm going to love the beach, Sammy exclaimed, excited because he had never been before. I know, his younger brother said. You've watched so many beach programs lately. What's that phrase you keep saying? Float to live, Sammy said in a big voice like the lifeguards in the program. He gazed out of the window, hoping to see the sea first. At last, the family arrived at the beach and spilled out of the car. Race you, Sammy called to his brother, grabbing his toy boat. They ran across the beach, hearing the warm sand squeaking under their feet. Laughing, they collapsed in a heap. This is the best day ever, Sammy thought to himself, finding a little river flowing gently across the sand. He put his boat in and started following it down towards the sea, leaving his family eating their picnic behind him. His boat had reached the waves of the sea. Putting it to one side, Sammy started to splash and jump in the gentle waves. Brrr, it was pretty cold, and he had never done this before. Each time a wave got a little bigger, Sammy felt a little braver. Soon he was in some really good waves, doing super cool jumps and having a great time. This is so different to the swimming pool, he thought, looking to see if his family were watching him, but they were too far away and he couldn't see them. Suddenly, on the next big wave, he realized his feet couldn't touch the bottom. He had to swim up over the next wave to catch his breath. Another wave came, then another. Sammy swam forwards to meet them so they wouldn't crash over his head. Before he knew it, he was quite a long way from the beach. Struggling to stay afloat, Sammy knew the waves were too big for him to swim against. He tried for a while, but his legs grew tired. What should he be doing? He couldn't remember. Swim or float? The beach was getting further away. Sammy wanted to swim towards it, but the waves and currents were too strong and pushed him further out. He flipped over onto his back and floated for a while like a starfish and rested. He thought of everything he had read about the sea and what he had seen on TV. Then he remembered, float to live. If ever you're in danger in the water, float to live, the lifeguard on the program had said. Float to live, float to live, float to live. The words kept coming back to him. Sammy lay looking up at the blue sky, his ears under the water, arms and legs spread wide, his hands and feet moving gently from side to side. Someone will come. Someone will see, and I will be rescued soon. Float to live. The waves were calmer now as he floated and rested, listening to the sounds of the seagulls calling around him. That gave him the idea to start calling for help, and he looked for a way to save himself. He shouted out and raised his arm in the air, slowly trying to paddle towards the rocky shore. Meanwhile, back on the beach, his family had finished their picnic. "Can we go for a swim now, please?" Sammy's brother asked. "Yes, later," Dad replied. "Why don't you go and play with Sammy in the river?" "But Sammy isn't there," his brother replied. "I've looked for him everywhere." Quickly, Sammy's parents started searching for their son. With hundreds of people on the beach, they realized they needed help, so ran to the lifeguards to ask if they had seen him. He is 10 years old, has brown hair, red swimming shorts, and might have a boat with him. "We found this boat by the sea's edge," said one of the lifeguards. "Is it Sammy's?" "Yes. Does this mean he's in the sea?" "Oh no," Sammy's mom cried. "He can swim but hasn't been in the sea before. You must find him." "We will find him, don't worry. You stay on the beach and keep looking. We will call the boats and helicopter. They will find him. He'll be back here before you know it." As soon as the lifeguard called for help, the rescue and Coast Guard teams sprang into action. The helicopter and boats quickly arrived and began their search, while Sammy's parents continued to look amongst the crowds. The fast boat drove back and forth along the beach. The helicopter scanned the sea from above. Time was ticking. They hadn't found Sammy. "Help!" Sammy heard the helicopter. "I'm over here." He was a long way out. Would anyone hear him? Sammy was still floating, but every now and then he called for help and held up his arm, trying to save his energy as he was getting really tired and cold. He knew they were going to find him, but he wished they would hurry up. He hadn't had his lunch yet and was looking forward to the picnic his family had made. "I wish I hadn't gone in by myself," he thought. "I wish I had waited for Mom and Dad. I wish I had swum where all the other people were, in between the red and yellow flags. I wish they'd hurry." "He's here!" Sammy heard an excited voice behind him as the sound of a boat engine got closer. "Hello, Sammy. We are the rescue team," one of the crew called. "We've got you. You're safe." "Let's pull him in. 1, 2, 3. Those voices were the best sounds in the world to Sammy. The boat bobbed carefully beside him and strong arms reached down, hauling him to safety. He tried to help climb up, but he was too weak and shivering. "Put this round him," one of the crew suggested. Before he knew it, Sammy was in the boat, wrapped in blankets and heading at full speed back to the beach. As Sammy was carried onto the sand, lots of people were waiting for him. When he lifted his hand to wave to his family, a big cheer went up from everyone. "I can't believe how far out he was," said one of his rescuers. "We found him over by the island, floating calmly on his back, doing exactly the right thing. If he had tried to swim against the current, he would never have made it. Well done, Sammy lad." Sammy thanked everyone who had helped save him. One of the lifeguards gave him some good advice for next time he went for a swim. She said, "You should stop and think before going into the water. Go with someone else and stay together. Float to live if you find yourself in trouble. There was a lot to remember, but Sammy knew it was all very important to help keep safe. Finally, Sammy allowed himself to lie on the soft, warm sand with his family. Enjoying his picnic at last, he was very happy to be alive. "Float to live," he said. "If I hadn't known that, I wouldn't be here. Tomorrow when I go in the sea, I'm going to make sure I do all the right things, like the lifeguard said. Then I can have lots of fun swimming and diving, jumping and splashing in the waves again."
Wow, I'm so glad that Sammy was rescued. Sammy shouldn't have swam so far from the beach, and he also shouldn't have been alone. If you go into the water, always make sure that you're with an adult. It's a good thing that Sammy stayed calm and knew how to float on his back until he was helped. It's also a good thing that the lifeguards were there so that Sammy could get the help he needed to be rescued. It's time again to bring back up the schedule and give a thumbs up to the library. Let's finish our day by heading back home to say our goodbyes. Toko, take off. Cannonball! We made it back home after our fun water adventure. Since we made it back home, we can give our final thumbs up to the last place on our to-do list. The schedule for the day is now complete. Remember, lifeguards are like superheroes who are always ready to jump into action to save the day. The next time you see a lifeguard, give them a big smile and wave and say thank you for keeping me safe. I hope you will join me around town again soon so we can learn more about the exciting world around us. Bye!